Tune in for Patrick Ching's Painting in Paradise.
Aloha, I'm Patrick Ching, and thank you for joining me on Painting in Paradise. In this episode, we learn to paint our pets.
Now, pets can vary widely, including almost any animal, but for this episode, we'll focus on dogs and cats. I'll show you how to draw a dog, and then we'll visit a pet painting class at SheBrews Aloha Yoga and Art Studio in Koko Marina. You'll meet pet portrait artists Esmeralda Robles and Laurie Rodriguez, and get to see pet art from a variety of artists. All this and more on a Fine Furry Friends episode of Painting in Paradise! Dogs first came to Hawaii aboard the Polynesian voyaging canoes that brought the first people to the islands. Cats first came to Hawaii aboard Western sailing ships. The Hawaiian name for cat is Popoki, and the Hawaiian name for dog is Ilio. If unattended, both cats and dogs can be harmful to Hawaii's native wildlife. But if kept well, they can be useful and loved so much that they're considered a member of the family. Many of us have had that special pet. Mine was a dog named Kaiko. I called him my dog, but actually I was his human. The Polynesian Ilio was a short-legged, short-haired variety of dog, often light in color. In ancient Hawaii, dogs were an important source of food, a far cry from the role that dogs have today as man's best friend. Hawaiian dogs became known as poi dogs because they were often fed poi. In modern times, the term poi dog has become associated with any dog or mutt of mixed ancestry. When we return, I'll show you how to draw a dog.
Hawaii's monk seals and green sea turtles have been around for millions of years. When their numbers got low, they became protected by law. These animals are returning to beaches they've not come to for hundreds of years. This causes excitement and sometimes conflict. Honu and Hina is a children's book that was painted with aloha by many artists of all ages. This story of coexistence answers some questions about the history of these animals, but more importantly, about their future.
Available at the Kilauea Lighthouse, Patrick Ching Art in the Princeville Center, or online at patrickchingart.com.
Alright, so now I'll show you how I go about drawing a dog, but not just any dog. I'll do a little Hawaiian poi dog, okay? Remember to press softly in the beginning. How are we going to press? Softly, that's right. We'll press softly so we don't dig into the paper. That way we can ignore or reshape lines if we want to, okay? Now I'm going to start this dog with a belly area right there, and that's going to be an oval. And in fact, on most animals and people too, we're just using ovals and circles to kind of form up our shape. We might have a couple of triangles in there too, I'll show you later, okay? But for now, let's put a little oval right in the middle of the page. And that's going to be his belly, or his opu. And on the back end, I'll put a little circle. And on the front end, I'll put a circle too. And these will represent his chest area and his little rump side over there, okay? Now for the head, I'll make a circle for the big part of the head and another little circle for the muzzle area, yeah? So let's put a circle over there for the head and another circle over there. We connect the head to the body like that. Huh, starting to look like a little horse, yeah? But we'll make his feet a lot shorter than a horse. Now for the feet, I'll put a little, another oval there, another oval there. You see how the paws are getting shaped? The back foot has just like a horse. It has kind of a, what we call a hawk. Not the kind of hawks that fly in the air, but the the hawk, like a little hawk of the back leg there. And his back paws over there too. Now I'm gonna give this bugger a little tail, you know, this little waggy tail. Right around that big. Remember I said there's a couple triangles? Yeah, we can put them in the ears. Right there. Bing, bing. Maybe another one. Ding, ding. For the backside one. You see my doggy forming up? Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll make one leg going like that, kind of like pointing. I don't know if these poi dogs were pointers, but why not? Okay. And one more back leg there. Kind of repeat the shape. And now we got a dog with 2 legs in the front and 2 legs in the back. And the last thing I'll do is kind of connect the face to the head, and I think I'll make a little mouth open like that, okay? So now I'll take this drawing that I did to form up my poi dog, and I'll go over with a little bigger pen, okay? Alright, so now that I got the outline of my poi dog, I'm going to give it a little bit of shading. I'll take my smaller pen again and give it some shading. And the first thing I'll shade is the legs that are behind. And right away, those legs look like they're farther behind. And don't forget your signature. And there you have a quick demonstration of how you can form up, outline, and shade your Hawaiian poi dog.
When we return, we'll meet some pet artists and get their story. Hey friends, it's me, Patrick Ching, and I'm here to introduce you to the Papahanao Mokuakea Song and Color Book Project. All you gotta do is just go to www.papahanaomokuakeasong.com, and here, I'm gonna do it right here. See, it's on the computer. And then when the website comes up, it might start playing some music, and if not, you just press this little button right there and bing, boing. Magic! That's Kavika Kahiapo. And he's telling us about this song. You can even download the coloring book pages and the ukulele chords. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Scroll down and get the free coloring book pages. Right there, you can download the coloring book pages, print them out, and color them. See, look. Now this downloads better with a laptop computer rather than a handheld device. Kavika Kahiapo. So if you want to learn a lot and have fun doing it, download, print, and color the pages at papahanaomokuakeasong.com. papahanaomokuakeasong.com.
Sacred places need our care. Papahanaomokuakea. All right.
I first met Esmeralda Robles at a painting workshop in San Diego. I could tell that she loved to paint and was eager to learn. She would come to my painting workshops whenever I did them in California, and she was always a standout artist. When I saw what she was doing with her pet paintings and murals, I asked her to share some of her art and story.
Hi, my name is artist Esmeralda Robles. I grew up on the beach. I'm an ocean lover, animal lover, dog lover, and today I'm going to show you my artwork. This is my dog Picasso, and this is Picasso's surf fan. This side was airbrushed by a very talented Ukrainian artist named Ira Cosmos. This used to be her car, but I loved it so much that I bought it off of her. Afterwards, I was super excited because she taught me how to airbrush my own dog onto my own car, and Picasso loves it. And these are some of my other pet portraits. So this mural, I painted it on the back of my house. It's called the Emerald Sea Turtle. Funny story is that my mom owns this house, and for a whole year she did not know that I painted this mural back here. I was kind of scared that she was gonna get mad. I paint a lot of dogs. I love dogs because they're soft and cuddly. But now I'm trying to do more murals. I'm inspired by Hawaiian artists like Patrick Ching and Wyland, and whenever I see like a huge mural, I'm like, wow, how do they do that? So that's what I'm trying to do. My next mural is of Chopper the biker dog. He's a real pet therapy dog in San Diego, California, known for riding his motorcycle and visiting patients in nursing homes. The background is inspired by my love for Hawaii. To those that want to learn how to create art, I say practice every day for 1 hour and you will see how much it will improve your skills. Hopefully one day I'll own my own art gallery and become a famous artist so I can move to Hawaii, and aloha, I'll be surfing over there and creating art painting.
I met Laurie Rodriguez when she took art classes with me at Naturally Hawaiian Gallery and Gifts in Waimanalo. She was always really talented and eventually became a professional artist herself.
Hi and aloha. My name is Laurie Rodriguez and I am an artist from the windward side of Oahu. I got a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree from the University of Hawaii way back in the 1970s. And like so many of my peers, life got in the way. I started raising kids and doing business, and for 2.5 decades, I did not do any art until I met this wonderful young man named Patrick Ching. So in 2005, he convinced me to do one of his art classes. So I took one of his classes, and I'm so glad I did. It was a wonderful class. He's a wonderful teacher, and I learned so much. But most importantly, it was a catalyst into starting my art up again. And I've done a lot of paintings since then, hundreds and hundreds of paintings, and I really, really enjoy it. I stumbled upon pet portraits quite by accident. I first saw a photograph of a pet, the pet of the week, in an elevator, can you believe it? And I fell in love with it, and I said I would challenge myself to paint that painting, and I did. And the owner fell in love with it, and she bought it. And then she started referring people. And that's how I got all of my business, is just word of mouth. And since then, I've painted over 100 paintings of pets. And most of them were dogs, but I also did cats and birds and bunnies and even a kangaroo. My process basically is I get photographs from the owners and we talk about their personality, try to capture their essence of the pet, and then I paint it, thinking all the while about their personality and what I learned about this pet. And the most rewarding part is when they get their painting in the mail and they open it up and I hear about their tears and their love and the memories of the pet, and it's just very, very rewarding, and I very much enjoy it. So I want to thank Patrick and Paintings in Paradise for this opportunity to share some of my art. And if I can say one thing that Patrick taught me is to be bold and have fun.
When we return, we'll visit a pet painting class at SheBrews Aloha Yoga and Art Studio at Koko Marina. Now join us for a Paint Your Pet workshop at SheBrews Aloha Yoga and Art Studio at Koko Marina.
This was my first painting class and I was very, very nervous because I didn't know what to expect, but Patrick did a wonderful job of having like our canvas prepped with sketches so we can follow the lines and kind of have a better and easier understanding on how to paint it.
Then the painters worked on their backgrounds.
So we did our painting at Yoga and Art by SheBrews Aloha. It's located at Koko Marina Center on the 2nd floor. It was really nice because we had all the windows open in the studio. There was a nice breeze flowing through. Just like the vibe was very calm and relaxing, so it was very enjoyable to paint there.
So we started off just doing the background with basically 1 or 2 colors, and you know, that was pretty easy. So getting that done gave me a little more confidence going into, you know, filling in the rest. So yeah, it was easy.
And they started laying in their pet colors.
I heard about the pet painting class from Patrick out surfing when I was asking about if you'd paint my dog. And he said, well, you can paint it yourself. You come to the class and learn how. So I did that and it went great. Painted it all in one day. And actually I want to keep painting now. I loved it so much.
Sometimes I'll ask them to map out the lines on their pets' faces. Once the pets are covered with paint, the real fun begins. And finally, they bring life to their pet paintings by adding a sparkle in their eyes.
I brought the painting home, and my wife looked at it. Couldn't believe, that I painted that. Yeah, she was super stoked with the painting, and she went out and got it framed, and we love it, and want to paint some more.
My favorite part is that it actually looks like my dog, so I was very, very proud that it definitely looks like her.
Thank you for joining me on Painting in Paradise. I hope you enjoyed learning how to draw and paint your pet. Now, whether you got a dog or a frog or a cat or a horse, I know you love your pet, and I'd love to see the art that you did with it. So why don't you send a picture of yourself and your art to aloha@patrickching.com. Bye-bye.
Looking in me, looking in you for the lion. All looking for the lion. All looking for the lion. Say